Welcome back, everybody. My name is Nicholas Bogroff Gansel, and I am creatively bankrupt. So today, we are diving into Season 1, Episode 3 of Avatar, titled The Southern Air Temple. I loved the first two episodes. I thought they were really exciting and really funny and just all around adorable. So I'm very excited to dive back in and see what happens now that we're past the pilot of the show. Because when there's a two-parter for the first two episodes, I do consider both halves part of the pilot. I don't know if everyone counts that way, but I do. So this is the first real standalone episode. I also don't know how many standalone episodes we're actually going to get, because clearly there's this overarching narrative of learning the different elements and this war raging between the different clans, and I don't know if there's going to be a lot of episodes that are kind of like Monster of the Week, so to speak, or Mission of the Week, you know. I feel like probably there's going to be a lot of building in backstory and a lot of developing the narrative. But it's possible that early on they'll go on little self-contained adventures, so I'm not sure. Based on the title, I'm guessing this episode is when they see the ruins of the Airbenders, like where they used to live. Basically, Aang coming to terms with the fact that everyone he knew is really dead. That's my best guess. Beyond that, I don't actually have a lot to say. You know how much I'm enjoying the series, so I don't feel I need to impress that upon you. And I don't really have a lot of predictions. I'm hoping more cute stuff happens. Yeah, let's get started. Oh, and as always, if you're watching my videos without watching the original content first, you're doing the content a disservice and you're doing yourself a disservice. If you really do want your first experience of Avatar to involve me, then head over to my Patreon. For just $1 a month, you can get access to my uncut reactions that you can play alongside the original content. Let's dive in.
According to legend, you need to first master water, then earth, then fire, right?
Does it have to be specifically in that order? Oh boy. Appa!
I know you're excited, but it's been 100 years since you've been home.
That's why I'm so excited.
It's just that a lot can change in all that time.
Yeah.
I know, but I need to see it for myself.
Well, sure. But, like, understand your whole home might be destroyed.
Sleep now, temple later.
Sleep on Appa. Tie him to the back of Appa and then let him sleep while you fly.
Wake up!
I want the repairs made as quickly as possible.
Oh wow,
I don't
they got
wanna
out of the
stay too
iceberg.
long and risk losing his trail.
What brings you to my harbor?
Our ship is being repaired.
That's quite a...
You wouldn't believe what happened. Uncle, tell Commander Zhao what happened.
Oh,
Yes,
I was hoping you would just leave it at that.
It was incredible. What, did we crash or something?
Yes. Right into an Earth Kingdom ship.
Join me for a drink?
We would be honored to join you. Do you have any ginseng tea?
Oh, that kind of a drink, not like an alcoholic drink. Okay, that makes sense.
The Fire Nation is ruthless. They killed my mother.
Did we know that?
Just
Probably
because
knew
no
that,
one has
right?
seen an airbender doesn't mean the Fire Nation killed them all.
Oh, we're headed for a heartbreak, aren't we? Don't ruin his innocence.
There it is. The Southern Air
Damn.
Temple.
How is your search for the Avatar going?
My fault entirely.
Duh, you were the only one over there.
The Avatar died 100 years ago, along with the rest of the Airbenders.
So did they attack the Airbenders because the Avatar is always born into the Airbender tribe?
Fire Nation.
This feels like a video
So where do
game,
I get something
like a
to
King's Quest game. Just this specific location.
So that's where my friends and I would play airball.
I'm assuming airball is like Quidditch. So not Quidditch then.
Fire Nation.
We should tell him.
Oh. Sokka always seems to be the butt of the joke, whether it's a physical gag of him getting hurt or a language joke, you know?
He taught me everything I know.
Oh, flashback.
This whole Avatar thing. Maybe the monks made a mistake.
The only mistake they made was telling you before you turned 16.
Okay, so they don't usually tell the Avatar until they turn 16.
Gyatso,
But
how do I know if I'm ready for this?
he already is the Avatar prior to that point.
Are you going to help me with these cakes?
With eating them, then yes.
2, 3.
Oh, that was the plan. That's wonderful. That was delightful.
Whoever's in there might have a medley of delicious, cured meats.
I mean, if they lived 100 years, yeah, it's possible. They might have food. Once again, the butt of the joke. I mean, it works to have Sokka be the more comic relief character.
Keep them here.
More tea, please.
Oh, that was so petty. I love it. Ooh, is this the living chess set from Sorcerer's Stone? Sorry, Philosopher's Stone.
They're lined up in a pattern. Air, water, earth, and fire.
That's the Avatar cycle.
All these people are your past lives.
Wait,
So many.
so does the Avatar not necessarily born into Airbending? I'm confused about this.
When the Avatar dies, he's reincarnated into the next nation in the cycle.
Oh! Gotcha. Okay, I was confused about that. Hello? Oh. Where's your staff? Do your staff glidey thing. Oh shit! Okay. He's leaping from rock to rock. I thought he was just going for it.
You're just a banished prince. No home, no
Banished?
allies. Your own father doesn't even want you.
You're wrong.
Wait, what?
Once I deliver the Avatar to my father, he will welcome me home with honor.
Oh
and restore
shit!
my rightful place on the throne.
That's why his honor hinges on the Avatar.
But in his eyes, you are a failure and a disgrace to the Fire Nation.
That's not true.
You have the scar to prove it.
Oh, maybe you'd like one to match.
Is that a challenge?
An Agni Kai at sunset.
Very well.
Oh, this just got so much more interesting.
Have you forgotten what happened last time you dueled the master?
I will never forget.
I really like Zuko. Oh,
Firebenders?
shit.
Gyatso.
Hey, Aang, you find my dinner yet? Aang, I wasn't really gonna eat the lemur.
Yes, you were.
Let's get out of here.
Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Aang, come on! Snap out of it! Ah!
Oh! That's intense. I'm stoked. Instant replay.
Do it! That's it?
Oh shit!
Even in exile, my nephew is more honorable than you.
Fuck yeah!
Thanks again for the tea. It was delicious.
Did you really mean that, Uncle?
Of course. I told you ginseng tea is my favorite.
Aang, I know you're upset. And I know how hard it is to lose the people you love. But you still have a family. Sokka and I, we're your family now.
Sokka's like, family-ish. Is a strong word.
I really am the last airbender.
Title drop, take a shot. Lemur! With food!
Hey, little guy.
I love how he's perfectly still, just like, hey, little guy.
What are you gonna name him?
Momo.
Oh shit, it's over! So that was episode 3 of Avatar. I really enjoyed it. I was actually expecting them to have to slow down in terms of, like, pace and kind of shift tone a little bit because, you know, they're doing the Aang going back to his decimated village scene. Like Luke Skywalker going back to the homestead and seeing it's burnt down, or like in The Searchers when they realize that the little girl's been taken and the family's been murdered. You know, it's usually kind of a slow, somber, melancholy kind of thing, which requires you to slow down the pace a little bit. But because they had that B storyline of Zuko in that firebending match for his honor, they were really able to maintain all the levels of the previous episode. I remember in the last episode, I was really impressed with how they were able to do such an action-driven episode while still finding the time to have light, funny moments and just really adorable moments. And while fleshing out the story more and the characters more. And so I thought that might be an anomaly, but based on this episode, this was much more of an emotional episode and a kind of melancholy episode, but they still had the comic relief, they still had those adorable moments, and they still had action, which is not an easy kind of tonal needle to thread, but they really nailed it. So yeah, not a ton jumps out at me from this episode as like, oh, I need to unpack this, or I need to dig into that. Really, I just want to say how much my opinion has changed on Zuko. Because in the first 2 episodes, I kind of thought, okay, he's the villain character, he's kind of an asshole teen. Sure, that works. But now that we learn more about his backstory and kind of his whole deal, I really like him. Because they could make him just this unrepentantly evil asshole with the exact same backstory. It could be like, oh, my father banished me, I hate everybody hates me, fuck this world, fuck you. Like, they could have made him that just really aggressive, evil character and been like, you know, I had a hard childhood, this is who I am. But instead, it's like, when he wins the firebending match, he doesn't kill the guy or even mark the guy. He proves that he could and then is like, don't challenge me again. That was your last warning. And it's like, that's really cool. And the fact that, as his uncle said, he has more honor and banishment than you have, you know, currently. And it's like, that makes him a really cool villain and a really interesting villain. It also means he potentially could be redeemed from being a villain and maybe join the crew and become a not quite evil but not quite good sort of free agent character, sort of morally gray character. He might not. And even if he stays full villain the whole show, the fact that he has that level of honor and the fact that he has these complexities to him just make him a better villain. So I'm really liking that. But not even just liking him as a villain, I'm liking him as a character. Like, I think he's an interesting character, and I am really starting to empathize with him. So it'd be very interesting to see what happens if him and Aang ever have to spend more time together, like, in a context where if one of them captures the other and they're, like, on a long journey or something. Because I feel like if he got to know Aang, and if the Avatar stopped being a concept to him, then they could have a really interesting dynamic. Like, I don't know who it would be, but you know how sometimes in shows there there's the character who's the bad guy, but then the even badder guy comes along, and you're like, okay, we're gonna have to work with the lesser bad guy to defeat the badder bad guy. They could have a really interesting dynamic like that. But they could also just be great enemies of one another. Like, as Aang grows more powerful, as Zuko gains more respect and more, clout within the Fire Nation, the two of them could have a fantastic face-off. So, yeah, I'm not really sure where it'll go, but I'm sure that wherever it goes, I will enjoy it, because they are nailing this so far. This show is fantastic. And, I really like the fact that it's fantastic while still being completely a kid's show. So in the first or second episode, I forget, I mentioned the show Gravity Falls. And the thing about Gravity Falls was it always struck me as a little bit too scary for kids. Now, I was a very easily scared child, so it would have been too scary for me. But it seemed like, really? Kids don't, run away shitless, just scared to death by this show? Because, there was stuff in Gravity Falls that I found super disturbing. So, as an adult. But I don't get that with Avatar. Watching Avatar, I don't feel like, this is great, but, the action's really intense. It seems a little brutal for kids. Watching it's no, this is fundamentally still a kid's show. The action scenes are great, but they're not, so intense that I'm like, oh my god, how can a child handle this? And the storytelling is interesting, but it's not, so convoluted that it's how can a kid follow this? They really are... They're working within within the lines of what would be considered a kid's show, but just making the best product they can, and the best story, and the best characters. And I respect the hell out of that. That's really cool. So I guess that's pretty much all I have to say. Come back next week, and we'll check out another episode of Avatar. And as always, please like and subscribe, because I would love to have y'all coming back on the regular.